When your picture-perfect 10th anniversary party turns into a nuclear family meltdown that makes Jerry Springer look like a church potluck. And you're the one who dropped the bomb. We're talking secret child, years of lies, and the kind of public humiliation that goes viral on family group chats for years. Welcome back to the Judgy Corner, where we dive into the wildest and most dramatic "Am I the asshole?" stories. In today's video, we break down a marriage-ending bombshell that turned a romantic anniversary celebration into the most awkward family gathering in history. What would you do? Let us know in the comments below. Who do you think is the real a-hole? But first, smash that subscribe button if you love messy drama as much as we do, and ring that notification bell because trust me, you don't want to miss the chaos we're serving up next week. So, buckle up, because this story is about to get wild. I'm talking about the kind of mess that makes you grateful for your boring, drama-free life. Well, most of you anyway. It all started 3 months ago. I'm living what I thought was my best life. Married to my college sweetheart David for 10 years, 2 beautiful kids, Emma, 8, and Jake, 6, white picket fence, golden retriever named Biscuit. The whole American dream package. I was basically one Pinterest board away from being a lifestyle influencer. But you know what they say about things that seem too good to be true, right? I was planning our 10th anniversary party like it was the Met Gala. We're talking about a backyard transformation that would make HGTV weep string lights everywhere, a catered buffet, custom cocktails named after our wedding song lyrics. I even hired a photographer because, honey, this was going to be that event. Our families were flying in from 3 different states, college friends were taking time off work, and I was mentally preparing my marriage goals speech. That's when I found David's phone buzzing on the kitchen counter while he was in the shower. Now, before you come for me in the comments, I wasn't snooping. The text notification was right there on his lock screen, practically begging to be read. And what I saw made my blood turn to ice water. Lily's asking why Daddy can't come to her school play. What should I tell her? Lily. Who the hell was Lily? And why was some random woman texting my husband about her kid calling him Daddy? My hands were literally shaking as I stared at that screen. The sender was listed as M. Real creative, David. My mind started racing through every possible innocent explanation. But let's be real, there aren't many innocent reasons for another woman to be texting your husband about daddy anything. I felt like I was in one of those movies where everything goes into slow motion and you can hear your heartbeat in your ears. You know the feeling, when your whole world tilts sideways and suddenly nothing makes sense anymore. When David came out of the bathroom humming our wedding song like he didn't have a care in the world, I confronted him with all the grace of a reality TV star. Which is to say, not gracefully at all. "Who's Lily?" I asked, holding up his phone like evidence in a courtroom. The color drained from his face so fast I thought he might pass out, and that's when the whole sordid story came tumbling out. And can we just talk about how men think they're being sneaky? Like, David, honey, you named her M in your contacts. Not Mike from accounting or mom's doctor, just M. That's basically the cheating equivalent of leaving a trail of breadcrumbs. I've seen toddlers lie more convincingly than this. The audacity of thinking I wouldn't eventually connect the dots is honestly insulting to my intelligence. Turns out, my perfect husband had a not-so-perfect past. 5 years ago, during what he called a rough patch in our marriage, which, news to me, I thought we were just stressed about Jake's sleep issues, he had an affair with a coworker named Madison. Classic, right? The affair lasted 6 months, and apparently, it resulted in a little girl named Lily, who is now 4 years old. 4 years old. This man had been living a double life for 4 years, sending child support payments I never knew about, attending birthday parties I wasn't invited to, and playing daddy to another family while I was home making his favorite lasagna, and bragging to my friends about what a devoted family man he was. I felt like such an idiot. All those work emergencies and guys' nights suddenly made sense. The mysterious cash withdrawals, the way he'd step outside to take certain phone calls, how he always seemed to have his phone glued to his hand. It was all adding up into one giant neon sign that spelled out cheater. But here's where it gets really messy. David begged me not to tell anyone, especially not at the anniversary party. He claimed he was working on a plan to tell everyone the right way and didn't want to ruin our special day. He actually had the audacity to suggest we could work through this privately and figure out how to blend our families. Blend our families? Like we were making a smoothie instead of dealing with his secret love child. The party was in 2 days. 2 days. I had a house full of decorations, a catered meal for 50 people, and relatives already checking into hotels. Part of me wanted to cancel everything, but another part of me, the petty part that I'm not entirely proud of, wanted to see this through. So I made a decision that I'm still not sure was the right one. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Girl, you should have confronted him privately first. But here's the thing. This man looked me in the eye every morning for 4 years and said, "I love you," while secretly playing daddy to another family. He had 4 years to come clean. 4 birthdays, 4 Christmases, 4 Father's Days, where I'm buying him world's best dad mugs while he's got a whole other kid calling him daddy. The time for private conversations was long gone. I let the party happen. I smiled, I hugged our guests, I posed for pictures, and I gave my planned speech about how marriage is built on trust, honesty, and communication. The irony was so thick you could cut it with a cake knife. But then came the moment that's probably going to haunt me forever. David stood up to give his speech, talking about our unbreakable bond and how I was the only woman he'd ever truly love. The audacity was astronomical. That's when I snapped. "That's interesting, David," I said, standing up with my wine glass in hand, "because I was wondering if you could tell everyone about Lily." The silence that followed was deafening. You could have heard a pin drop in our backyard full of 50 people. David's face went from red to white to green like a traffic light having a malfunction. "Who's Lily?" his mother asked innocently. "Oh, Lily is David's 4-year-old daughter with his coworker Madison," I announced, my voice somehow steady despite the fact that I was internally combusting. "You know, the one he's been secretly supporting for years while pretending to be a devoted family man." And just like that, our 10th anniversary party turned into the most epic family implosion. David's mom started crying, my dad looked like he wanted to throw punches, our kids were confused and scared, and our friends were frantically reaching for their phones to either call Ubers or record the drama for their Instagram stories. The look on David's mom's face was something I'll never forget. This woman who used to brag about her son being such a devoted family man at church functions just watched her perfect boy crumble in real time. And my dad? Y'all, my dad was ready to throw hands. I had to physically hold him back because he was about to turn our anniversary party into a WWE match. Meanwhile, our friends are standing there with their phones out like they're documenting evidence for the divorce proceedings. The aftermath was brutal. Half our guests left immediately. The other half stuck around to witness the carnage. David tried to do damage control, but honestly, what do you say after your wife just outed your secret child to your entire family and friend group? Our marriage ended that night, obviously. We're in the middle of divorce proceedings now and co-parenting our kids while he also tries to figure out his relationship with Lily. The whole situation is messier than a toddler's art project. But here's what's eating at me. Everyone's reaction was split right down the middle. Half our family and friends think I'm a total savage for embarrassing David publicly instead of handling it privately. They say I traumatized our kids and humiliated everyone at the party. My own sister called me vindictive and said I should have taken the high road. The other half thinks David got exactly what he deserved and that I'm a queen for not letting him continue his lies. My best friend Sarah said she would have done the exact same thing, and my dad, after he cooled down, admitted he was proud of me for not letting that cheating scumbag make a fool of me anymore. So now I'm stuck wondering, was I justified in exposing his lies in front of everyone? Or should I have handled this privately and spared our families and kids the public humiliation? I keep going back and forth. On one hand, he lied to me for years, made me look like an idiot, and was literally giving a speech about our honest marriage while hiding a whole child. On the other hand, I definitely turned what should have been a private family matter into public entertainment. And our kids witnessed the whole thing. The guilt is real, but so is the satisfaction of watching him squirm after years of deception. So what do you think, Judgy Corner family? Was I the a-hole for exposing David's secret at our anniversary party? Or did he deserve every bit of that public humiliation? Drop your verdict in the comments. I can handle the truth.